whakarongo ki te tangi a te korimako. Kōrero flowing out the hook of force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā ko nā whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira hira whakarongo pi kari kari mai. Hare hare mai, o Taringa hare hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody. Gather up close everybody. Kani kani move that body. Kani kani move that body.
Ki Wairaka katahu, ri wakamuri kati, ko te aroha te tia, pui ka ke pukia e aroha, mi te tiki pirangi a keira.
E ngā uri o ngā reo kuiarangi o ngā reo kororangi o te motu tēnā koutou, nau mai hoki mai ki te punua pāho o Taringa. E whakapāho tūnei ki a koutou, tēnā koutou. Kia ora e hoa, kia ora.
Kia ora e hoa. Tēnā koutou katoa.
Ana i rongo rā koutou i tētahi Mōteatea that came in after our grand entry, waiata. So you know, it's a change of flavour i tēnei whakapāhotanga atu i te bustling metropolis o Te Awamutu nei. We've come back to another episode of Ngā Taonga.
Ka pai.
Hoi anō i mua o te tahuri tanga ki tēnā kaupapa ki Ngā Taonga. Anei te kiwaha. But you know the other day when you I whakapāha mai koe, i te kimi patero koe. I thought I'd drop it in like in a different way this time, eh? I got a laugh out of you, no reply, so you know it worked. Hoi anō e te iwi koine te kiwaha, kimi patero.
Kimi patero.
Kimi patero, ko te kimi patero is when you're apologising. You're reconciling, a way to make up, you're seeking forgiveness, so you're looking for forgiveness. Yeah, and, you know, I've jumped on, because e pai ki ngā whakamārama Māori dictionary, tēnā koutou AUT, an idiom used when the speaker is transgressed in some way and wishes to make it up with the person or people affected by the transgression.
Oh,
Yeah. So, kimi patero, you know, you can say, I hara mai tērā tangata ki te kimi patero noiho.
Yep.
The person's just come here looking to make up.
Coming back to grovel.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And what's the... Hanga whakaro mo aua kupu?
Looking for fart.
Yeah, looking for fart.
Yeah.
Don't you come around here looking for fart. You'll get no fart from me.
Well, I like this tauira in here too. It's like, it says here, kia ora, says, pare, I kite koe i ngā tiakarete i hokona e eruira mā manu, rangi ana, and it's rangi ana, kei te kimi tērā i tana patero, i te mea nāna i tātā manu mo te kore noiho. Yeah, so it's another use of, I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah,
kimi patero.
I don't know. I don't know if it's...
Yeah. And I actually heard this, it was from Wharehuia, to my memory, that used kimi patero, and that's what led me to go on and research what kimi patero meant.
Yeah.
It is, it's an interesting, and if to another degree, ana kei raro tonu i tēnei roto i te tikinare, is kimi hamuti.
Oh, choice.
Which is the same, but which is to make up the person affected, it's stronger than kimi patero. Of course it would be, eh?
Of course it would be.
You know, never trust a fart, they say.
Never trust a fart.
Ka we whakapono ki te patero. Yeah, so it's interesting, ngā whakaro o ngā mātua tūpuna, how these kiwaha are born.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a patero. Yeah.
Perhaps ko te tohu o te whakapāha ko te kai.
Kua nei pia.
Yeah, or something like that.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Waika hua, waika tohu. So, yeah, maybe we'll drop a few tauira, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, kei a koe.
Oh, jeez. Jenkins. I haere no au ki te kimi patero I he au. Nā taku he, I he au. I'm trying to find a better one.
Yeah. Kaua, don't you fellas think, you know, just he māma noho te hara mai me te kimi o koutou patero?
Yeah, that's the one. That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, kaua hara mai ki te kimi patero.
Ai. Is it patero, it's a noun, and it's a verb and a noun. Yep. So there you go.
So when you said kaua hara mai ki te kimi tō patero, it's your patero your forgiveness or something?
Yeah. And what if, you know, you're for someone to grant you their forgiveness that you didn't do a very good job of it? Could that person say, he haunga tō kimi patero? Nah, I don't think so.
Nah.
But your foot, you know, that was really that stink of you trying to
That
get
was a
your
stink
foot.
one.
That was
What a stinking, what a stink, what a stink apology.
Yeah, that's a stink apology.
What a stink
He
apology.
haunga noio te
He
haki
haunga
ni
noio.
patero. Yeah, what if, you know, Kimi Hamuti. No, let's not go there. Yeah, so koina te kiwa e te iwi, Kimi Patero, and me he kaha ake, he kino ake rānei tō hara,
Tōhara, ai.
ko te kiwaha ko te Kimi Hamuti.
Ai, e muru ai o hamuti me kimi,
Yeah.
well, e muru ai o hara,
Yeah.
me kimi hamuti.
So like maybe to say you've got a differentiation between when to use Kimi Patero, Kimi Hamuti. Kimi Patero would be, you forgot to pick your mate up.
Yeah,
And Kimi Hamuti would be,
you left your mate there.
you left your mate there. Yeah, that's definitely Kimi Hamuti tērā.
Or like, oh, mō taku tōmuri mai ki tā tātou hui, anei au e kimi ana i taku patero, anei ngā kawhe. He kawhe mā koutou,
Yeah.
e kimi ana i taku patero.
Ana.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've talked about this ne hoa, mō ngā kiwaha nei, ki te kore koe mōhio.
Yep.
I think, me ko tō tāo momo ka rongo i tētei kiwaha pēnei.
Ai.
Kari te mōhiotia, ne, e tāua. Ka rongo i tētai rerenga pēnei, e whakapono ana o ka mōhio he kiwaha tēnei.
Ai.
Engari anō te hunga tahi anō ka ako i te reo, ki te rongo i tēnei.
Ka
wahara.
ōrere,
Ei!
ka aha.
Yeah, it's probably like, o hamuti or roke.
Yeah.
But this one is one I do not hear.
No, I'd like to hear it more.
Yeah.
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 Or, socialise better.
Yeah.
Because for some who are just learning,
Yeah.
he ka pēnei rātou he tokeke no tētahi atu,
Ana,
o te
ana.
kimi te patero me te amuti rānei.
Oe, no, koe nā tā tātou kiwaha.
Che.
Gather up close, everybody.
Okay, atu i ngā kōrero āhua mea nei, ki ngā kōrero hohonu.
Ai.
Ana, i tēnei terenga o ngā taonga, we're going to focus on, we'll look at Mōteatea. And I know we've done an episode of Mōteatea. Engari, i tērā wiki te whakahaere wāna ngāhau, and I reminded myself why I love Mōteatea.
Ai.
In the wānanga and the Mōteatea that I was talking about. And, I just think that they're a treasure trove
Kia ora.
of kupu, whakaro Māori. There's just so much in Mōteatea niha.
Yep, tika tau. And I confess here that I'm not known for my knowledge of Mōteatea. However, it is like a glimpse or even a gaping window into ngā whakaro Māori. You can see what was at the forefront of their minds at the time, the language used, all of those things. A lot of times they leave breadcrumbs and footprints for us to understand how it was at the time, in those times, and the way they communicated. And I think today's examples are really, I've always liked this example.
Koe hoki. And, another thing that I've come to know is that, and because I'm at this level now that I didn't think of before, is that, some of the doyens of Mōteatea in their time, namely, I guess, why I say doyen is because they collected them, so Tāpirana,
Ai.
Ngata and Peite Hurinui, and they've done wonderful translations of the Mōteatea. But as a composer myself,
Yep.
ako e taia nei etahi aku ake titonga te whakamaori, te whakapākea rānei, te tae e rātou o ku whakaaro, te whakatakoto.
Kia ora.
What I'm saying is that we can do a very good job of translating Mōteatea, but there are some themes in there that we really don't know what the composer was thinking
Kia ora.
when they composed the item.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's not taking anything away from the translations, and that's why it's a constant journey of rediscovery when you learn Mōteatea.
Ai.
And I think it was Rahui in one of the episodes was talking about, it was Tongikure actually.
Yes, yep.
That they're like Da Vinci codes.
Reading the tea leaves, you know.
Yeah. E pērā no ngā Mōteatea,
Ai.
me rā mahi a te Māori.
Ai.
Nō reira, e rua nā Mōteatea kua kōwhiringia e māua ko te puaheiri. He whanaungatanga I Wainganui e nei Mōteatea nei. And the first one was composed by Puhiwahine, Rihi Puhiwahine, Te Rangi Hirawea,
Kia ora.
who was a puhi, woman of high standing, no Ngāti Tūwharetoa, no Ngāti Maniapoto anō hoki.
Kia ora.
And she was a prolific songstress of her time, probably one of the famed songstresses. I like that word, songstress.
Yeah, songstress. Yeah, cool.
Along with others such as Mihi ki te Kapua
Ai.
and Hine Tūrama, to name but a few, I roto I te ao Māori. And this waiata that follows, some of you listening may even know this waiata, is one of the famous waiata aroha
Aye.
Probably one of the most famous waiata aroha.
Yep, especially around the Tainui area. It's almost as if within Māoridom in the Tainui area at least, or the Tūwharetoa area as well.
Yeah.
You know, if you haven't come across it, then you've been living under a rock. Yeah.
So this rendition of the waiata is sung by Ngāti Toa, who have connections to, and we'll be able to explore that as we get through the waiata too, Puhiwahine. But the thing is I found some recordings on Taonga and other places where it's not only Tainui that are singing the song, or Tūwharetoa. Most examples are Tūwharetoa, Ngāti Raukawa, Maniapoto, Te Arawa, but at one time it was one of the number ones.
Aye.
And a lot of iwi sang the waiata.
Aye. There's even a waiata in the north. It's called Erere Te Ao, and we use the same rangi. And I always wondered how that song got the rangi. Or was it a known rangi throughout the time where you would hear a lot of Mōteatea sung with the same rangi, with the same tune, yeah.
That's where you get ka rangi from.
Ka rangi.
Well, yeah, and e pai tēnā pai tēnā kōrero e hoa i te mea ahai te mea nui engari, e rua e toripe nā waiata e mohoa nāu. Ahuri tēnei te waiata te rangi.
Aye.
So within Te Arawa and koutou o Te Arawa tēnā koutou, there are two waiata there. One from Ngāti Hinerangi, Ngāti Pikiao, which predates the other waiata with the same rangi, or same sort of air, I should say. And the first one, e korea Ngāti Hinerangi e nui ahau. E korea Ngāti Hinerangi, e koena te taitara o te waiata. The rangi, that waiata was composed when Ngāti Pikiao were at war with Ngāti Pūkenga.
Kia ora.
And much earlier than Te Rā Te Auahi, which was sung after the eruption of Mount Tarawera.
Kia ora.
And yeah, same sort of rangi.
Yep.
And then there's actually a third one.
Oh, wow.
E whiti e te rā, with the same rangi. So I think, you know, it was something that Māori done. I mean, I done the same for Mōtai.
Aye.
I rawe ki au te rangi e hika tūake, and we've used that in our patipaere e kōrero for Mauao.
Aye.
I did the same for Mōtai with the rangi of our whakaeke, and i roto ko I te rātau. I really loved that rangi, and it was something that just, and I used the rangi from that waiata for the beginning of our whakaeke.
Yes.
Yep. And yeah, I remember Rahui making comment about it afterwards, because he was one of the few in the audience that picked up, hey, that rangi is from Tauranga.
Yeah.
But there was a reason why I used that rangi
you make
too.
that connection, and it's almost, if you know, and then it's another tick. Yeah, tika. And it's probably, it could have been done in a way to have people catch the rangi, and there might be a relationship between the two waiata or something. Yeah, I like to visit those.
There was no APRA back then.
Tika. Yeah.
There was no APRA, there was no copyright, so to speak. There was no IP.
Kia ora.
So hence you not only Mōteatea, but karakia, the kōrero mo Ngāti Whātua, we talked about this tāniko pattern.
The pattern, yes, kia ora.
You know, and this is an opportunity for us to wānanga the topic of IP and things like that. E hoi anō, he kaupapa anō.
Kaupapa anō, aye.
Engari you know, mehe mei pērā, look at te kōti. I remember one te matatini hui, before it was matatini actually, it was Adam Paff, or Adam Paff.
Adam Paff, yeah.
Aotearoa Māori Performing Arts Festival, which was run by the Aotearoa Māori Performing Arts Society. And it was a wānanga I rotorua. I reira katoa ngā toki o te ao kapahaka o te rāwa e roto nuana te rā momo. Ko tīmoti te hea mana I te rāwa o te komiti. And we all got broken up into groups. I was about 20 then, 19, 20. And I remember the Mōteatea group, because I sort of floated around. I wanted to hear what each...
Everyone, how can you not?
It was cool, man. It was really, really, really cool. Got good memories of that hui. We were going to talk about originality of waiata at this particular wānanga. And I remember Timoti cautioning his relations or mātātua that kahungunu is going to wero pine te kura.
Pine te kura,
You know, because te kōti took the kupu from that ori. And changed it. Sort of kept the rangi. The hari, the taki of that waiata.
And is that how it got to mātātua?
Yeah.
Kia ora.
Yeah, so te kōti, it's actually a ringa tū. Mōteatea. I'd say it has the history of the ringa tū faith in there. And that ori. And it was clever like that, te kōti. And te kōti actually done the same with one of the waiata of Puhiwahine, who we're going to listen to shortly. Yeah, very interesting.
Very interesting,
Hoi anō ke whakarongo tātou ki te waiata nei.
Ki Wairaka katahu, riwaka muri kati. ko taku tauhanau ngā toto ai te noa no mani ai te uru ka pēa tau ai he mutu ngā mahi ko e kati au ka hoki ki taku e nuatu ki te wai korobubu iari ia mai nei ia wai ki rano e ngā toro i rangi e o matuai te hoa tau te pupui e hurai tongari o ka maha nai taku kiri nā rangi mai anō nā i mare nā kopihara te wahine ai ua ai ai mara ai te muri e
O ara te waiata e te iwi, ka eke ki Wairaka, and a waiata composed by Rihi Puhiwahine te rangi hirawea, o Ngāti Tūwharetoa, Ngāti Maniapoto, and lots of connections to also Ngāti Toa.
Yeah, she has a lot of connections, and is that because of her standing in Māori society?
Her standing and well, her whakapapa,
Yeah.
and the geographical area of
Yeah.
where she was born and brought
Yeah,
up.
tika. Yep.
Yeah. As I said, she was one of the prolific composers of her time. And one of the cool things I like about Puhiwahine, she was actually ahead of her time.
Yes, I
because-
think so, yeah.
So she was already using loan words in her compositions.
Kia ora.
And we've got an example of that in this waiata, ka eke ki Wairaka. Ka titiro whakamuri kāti ko te aroha te tiapu I kakepuku.
Oh, heck. How te tiapu?
Tiapu. Well, it's not a tautiapu. Jump.
Oh, che.
Yeah. I look back and may my love cease there at the jump to kakepuku.
Kia ora.
Yeah. Kia rere arorangi te tihi ki Pirongia. And what's another one in there? Oh, Marina.
Oh, che, it is in there too. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I knew she's got one song that you've once showed us before about
Yeah.
the amount of, wasn't it a whole
Yeah.
verse of nouns?
Loan words.
Loan words?
Yeah, it's
Aye,
like
aye.
pio whako mahu toro you kama mai prehi prihi pi kwaeta. Yeah, pio whako pio go home, hu toro you kama mai prehi, who told you to come to my place? Yeah, prihi pi kwaeta, please be quiet. Yeah, in that particular waiata actually, she is talking about the story goes that she was at Te Tokanga Nui Anoho, and she could hear some kōrero going around the marae that she'd slept with this man and that man, and she stood up and sang the song, and the waiata pretty much laid down who she had been with and who she hadn't been with, so there was, no uncertainty.
Yeah, confirming and denying at the same time.
Yeah.
So what a post. What a Facebook post. Right in the
ana.
middle of the marae. No, this is he mana nui tēnā.
Ana. So so she used tiapu in there and marina. And I know people these days, they don't really notice it, but,
Yeah.
this was a big thing. This is like in the 1800s.
Yes. So it also gives you a time of when she was around.
Yeah.
When she lived.
Yeah. Anything you picked up in the waiata that you...
Oh, out of all the Mōteatea I know, this to me has one of the catchier tunes, which makes it easier to follow and enjoyable. And, in saying that, it's because, and a lot of people, without saying it, they turn away from Mōteatea because of the tune. It's not catchy, but I think it's a beautiful tune, most Mōteatea. But this one is an easy one to follow, if I may say so myself.
Yeah, I'm wondering too, and again, this is one of these moments I'm having a bit of whakaro, because I know, roughly translated, kāti ko te aroha te tiapu I kakepuku. The love should cease there at kakepuku. The jump there at kakepuku, or the slope, I'd say, the incline.
The client, yeah.
Kia rere arorangi te tihi ki Pirongia, so that it may fly to Pirongia. which is where Whati Hui is.
Kia ora.
And Whati Hui was the village or kāinga of Mahuta Te Toko, for whom this waiata is composed.
Aye.
Yeah.
And what was there's controversy about it? Was it?
Well, so they were related,
Aye.
like every single Māori.
Yeah.
But
And I mean, who hasn't? No.
Yeah, and that's why she refers to him. Kei raro koe toko taku hoa tungane.
Kia ora.
My cousin lover.
My cousin lover.
Not brother lover.
Yeah. Cousin
Oh.
lover.
Yeah, so, i roto i te reo tungane, most of the time means the brother of a female, same with the tuahine, sister of a male. But we do use tungane, or woman will use tungane in referring to a cousin of theirs who is a male. And vice versa for a male, he'll use tuahine.
Kia ora.
But in this case, she says hoa tungane, what sort of envelops it quite nicely, really, with those two kupu,
It does, eh?
saying my cousin friend.
My cousin friend.
My
This
cousin.
is my hoa rangatira, my hoa tūngane.
Yeah, my cousin lover.
Yeah.
Not too sure in the whakapapa.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I know they were related because that's why she said that, but I don't know how close they were.
Yeah.
But there would have been definitely some lines there of a common ancestor that may have been not too many generations back.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. For it to be an issue, well, not an issue, but for it to be worth a mention that they were related.
Yeah.
And in a day and time where you had a lot of relations and a lot of relationships with relations,
Yeah.
that seemed worth a mention.
I think the main thing was that brothers didn't want her to be with him.
Ah, yes, that's right.
Yeah, koina ke te mea nui.
And was she already betrothed to someone else, or was he already...
Well, I think it was dependent on, well, they just objected.
Yep.
Koina te kōrero e mohi ana au.
Aye.
And this is the other beautiful thing about the whole story about
Kia ora.
Kaiki Wairaka is years later she took a husband, and then when she was much older, that's when she heard the rumours on the marae. So she had already got along in her age
Aye.
when all these hari kōrero were going around on the marae. Ngutu kuia.
Ngutu kuia.
Ngutu huia. Look up those ones e te iwi, te ngutu kuia. So ngutu kuia is, and I feel sorry for, because not all nannies are like that, but that's where the kōrero comes from. Ngutu kuia is a group of women sitting around, gossiping.
Yeah.
That's ngutu kuia.
Bumping the gums.
Yeah. So she could hear all this ngutu kuia on the marae. And that's when she stood up and said this waiata. Well, she was already married, you see. She'd always been with John Gotti.
John Gotti, koina.
And I think it's Goeth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's the proper pronunciation of his name. He was German.
Ah, kia ora.
So, I think he done it to sort of piss her brothers off.
Yep.
So I can't have a Māori, I'm going to go with a Pākehā.
Yeah.
And a German at that.
Yep.
And nothing wrong with Germans.
Nothing wrong with Germans.
Yeah. So she ends up with this Gotti chap. And then years later, or however long later, is when she's at Tokanga Nui Anoho, and she hears these disparaging, degrading remarks being made about her, about the men that she slept with.
Aye.
A lot of the time, you've got to remember those. He pērā rawa te teitei o te mana o Puhiwahine.
Aye.
I riro ke I aia ngā tāne.
Yeah.
Nā runga I tana mana, ne?
Aye, kia ora.
Ka whuatu rānei, ka tohua rānei e ia te tāne hihiatia rā e ia hei prai ki te mōna.
Aye, kia ora.
Mo te pō.
Mo te pō, aye.
Ana I reira I riro ai a te tāne. Ana me
pērā
taku...
hoki ngā tāne ki ngā wahine.
Puno. Puno. Me taku
Kia
mōi o
wairane.
e harai te mea he moi noiho.
Aye.
I ona wāra, e harai te mea I ai.
I ai, tika.
He moi noiho, e harai
Ai,
te mea I ai. Engari, te ahua nei, kari e I whai uri e rati tāne I mua I a John Gotti. So all the Gottis, they all descend from that union.
Wow.
Anyway, so she hears this kōrero on the marae, Te Me sings that song. Now, one of her brothers, I think it was Te Maraku, he fell in love with Erenora Taratoa
Kia ora.
o Ngāti Raukawa ki te Tonga. And sort of the same thing is she was scorned because Puhiwahine says she didn't have, who was the brother, the sister of Mahutu, right?
Aye.
That Puhiwahine says some remarks that Eronora, her whakapapa, her pedigree wasn't good enough for her brother.
Aye, kia ora.
So it's sort of the same thing, And Erenora went on to compose her famous waiata, Poi atu taku poi.
Oh, kia ora.
Yeah, in rebuttal or
In
reply.
rebuttal. Wow.
And in that pātere, which a lot of pātere took the template from, she makes an imaginary journey around Aotearoa.
Yes.
And she talks about her poi, but it's fricative for her aroaro.
Aye.
Yeah, so, that's everything that came out of this happening.
Ai, kia ora. E te you thought diss tracks came from Eazy-E to Dr. Dre, but nah, no mua rāno e nei.
No mua no atu.
Hare te mei, he diss track ke he whakahoki.
Koia, koia. Koenei ngā kōrero ātāhua.
Tāhua rawa.
Ātāhua rawa atu. And, you know, there's some beautiful lines in there. Which ones do I want to pick out? Mō kai te ngākau te whakatauiho kia pōruatia e awhi a kiri ana. Yeah, my heart is enslaved.
Wow.
Yeah, the decision, te whakatauiho kia pōruatia, I'd rather have 2 nights where we're embracing skin to skin.
Skin to skin. Cheek to cheek.
Cheek to cheek. That's the e awhi a kiri ana.
E awhi a kiri ana. Kia pai.
And then this is where she makes reference to their whakapapa.
Ai.
When she says, ko taku tau whanaunga no toa I te tonga. No mani ai te uru. Ka pēa tā. And that's the other one.
Ka pēa.
Ka pēa tāua. We'd be paired.
Paired up. Paired.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Ai.
And
I ngā kau nui ai he mutunga mahi koe. Hea tēnā.
yeah, ko ki tau I ngā whakapākeatanga, I haven't really worked that one out. My last deed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be my last deed. But one line I want to pick up in there, because it's been referred to by one of our kai kōrero iwi o te wiki, Kerera.
Ai, kia ora.
Mō Ngāti Tū Whare toa, ko pihanga te wahine ai ua ai hau. Ai marangai.
Kia ora.
Yeah, so that was a kōrero that was picked out in reference to the resilience of women from Tū Whare toa.
Ai.
Talking about pihanga. Yeah, no reira. Koina tērā waiata ka eke ki Wairaka. And so you all know, Wairaka is short for O Wairaka, and that's where my marae is in the O Wairaka Valley.
Kia ora.
E koina tērā waiata. And then the story goes, years later, you know, Puhiwahine and te Mahutu obviously didn't hook up because she went with, what's his name, Goti, but in the evening tide of their years, they caught up with one another at a hui at Te Tokanga Nui a Noho.
Kia ora.
Which was a place of lots of happenings. Well, it was because you look at it, it's a big marae now.
Kei he taua wahira.
Kei te kuiti.
Kei te kuiti. Ai, ka pai.
Formerly Te Tokanga Nui a Mutu, when it was in the previous spot, when it was moved, it became Te Tokanga Nui a Noho.
Ah, yeah.
And took, which is a name from another narrative, I roto I a Tainui Waka. And that was the house that was gifted by te kōti to Ngāti Maniapoto in thanks of their sheltering. Them sheltering him
Me
during
tana
his time
poropiti
of...
kei kainga te whare te taniwha whiowhio ne.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
yes.
And tata kainga e te tangata e te atua whiowhio I te mea kei mua tonu nei te waharo te atua whiowhio e haere ana.
Ai.
But he had his band of his followers, and within his followers were carvers. So that's,
Ah, yes, kia ora.
you know, where that kōrero comes from. He gifted the house. While he was there, Puhiwahine sang a song.
Ah, okay, so I see where they're at. They're at in the time frame now, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kaore te pō nei mō rika rika noa, which te kōti heard, and he actually sung to the people of Mātātua, Tūhoi, Ngāti Awa, and is now one of their mainstay waiata, particularly in Tūhoi.
Kia ora.
But he heard that song sung by Puhiwahine, and he changed some of the lyrics in there to kia whakahanga I te waiata to make it applicable to what was going on in Tūhoi.
In Tūhoi, yeah.
Ngāti Awa.
Bit of a
and his life.
Bit of a Puff Daddy of the time there. I hear a good song and
Yeah,
then do a remix. Yeah.
So, you know, it's amazing. And, you know, there are other waiata like that, but I just think that I've done, you know, some rangahau just a little bit.
Yep.
It's not even rangahau, it's kōrero I've actually heard.
Yeah.
Really. And I can't think of another example like this.
Kia ora.
Composer like this, and examples where she's touched not only people but particular points in history and have influenced. So she influenced someone to write a pātere through her disparaging remarks, untoward remarks to this woman who was going with her brother that had come to take her away from her lover, who she wrote this song for.
It's almost like the person that wrote the blues music.
Yeah.
And then Elvis did it and then made it a big thing and then so on and so on.
Yeah. And then influenced another, one of the prophets.
Yes.
You know, whose hahi exists today. And the song is still sung.
As well as the songs.
Yeah, because he heard it sang at the marae that he had actually commissioned. Or had commissioned or asked to be built for Ngāti Maniapoto. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
No, it is. A massive map of musical lines that connect everyone in different parts of the geography. Kia ora whakaaro, I pēhea tā rātou tito, I pēhea rānei tō rātou whakahorapa I tētai waiata. You know, kamutu, I pēhea tā rātou ako I ngā waiata.
Good question. If I could just reference a pātere e noho ana I te papatahi o Taku Koro, another famous pātere. And you know, people go, oh, that's not famous, because everyone, you know, Herereke I Naine.
Ai.
Famous to people in Naine is like Spino Matatini is one, is a winning group, but i ngā wā mua Herereke. And this is a pātere that done the round. So there's a number of pātere that are up there in terms of pātere fame. Poiati Taku Poi would be one. Karapipiti would be another one, by Hene Tūrama. E noho ana I te papatahi o Taku Koro. And this pātere was composed by ngā Wairo.
Kia ora.
Anyway, it was in rebuttal to who married Mōteatea, but they didn't bear any children. It was in rebuttal to a remark made at the wedding feast of ngā Wairo and Mōteatea.
Kia ora.
In that there were no huahua kereru at the wedding feast.
Ai.
And ngā Wairo was from an iwi, or a section of Ngāti Tūwhareto, Ngāti Raukau, where kereru was profuse in the forest.
Ai.
And there was none of that delicacy at the wedding.
Kia ora.
So certain leaders, rangatira, were affronted by that fact that they weren't fed kereru, and made a comment about it, which made it back to her.
Ai.
And she wrote a pātere about it. It's a whole cool story about it. But anyway...
Yeah, we should do that one too. Another time. That's a mean one.
But anyway, they got together. And this is what's been explained to me by Koro Iwi. Tētahi o ngā kōkōrero mō Koro Iwi. Tētahi o aku iho pū manawa moi mai rā e koro. And, you know, he was clever, Koro Iwi. He was very old school, but he was also very, you know, current. And, you know, si se mea o boy, you know, a lot of these Mōteatea that we hold in high regard and that we esteem these waiata, a lot of them, apart from the waiata aroha, the waiata tangi, kai ora ora, were actually composed by a group of people.
Okay, kia ora.
Yeah, so these women, and mostly women too, that composed pātere, while they were of high standing, they weren't whakapapa buffs. Some of them didn't travel out. They didn't know the kōrero from tukuiho of other iwi. So it was a group effort. So it's sort of like you get your creative team together. And it's like... You're here for tune, you're here for you know, consistency, you're here for kupu. I was watching a video the other day of Snoop Dogg, and he was talking about, I think it was still Dre, 2001. Yeah, he says, yep. And who wrote it? Jay-Z. There you go. But it's Snoop Dogg and Dre's names on everybody. You know, they get te rongo nuitanga o te
So if you didn't know, Tiwi, Jay-Z, he gets flown over 30 minutes. He has a hit track. And plus the lyrics. And they didn't have to change anything. Isn't that amazing? And he wrote as if he was wearing his shoes. He was wearing Dr. Dre's shoes. And Snoop was like, got all the te wairu in there. Anyway. But just so you see. So, you know, like a waiata that comes out today, you've got a whole production suite behind that waiata. Tika. You see the credits of a song and there's... So, kuina anō te kōrero mō te pātere. Kia ora. You know, so you call in the experts and they put this waiata together. Wow. And they'd all learn it. I see. Yep. Kia ora. They'd all learn the waiata and putting the waiata together, and then they'd go to a hui, they'd make the hui up themselves, where they know that particular rangatira or tribe or whoever is going to be at the hui, and they all sing it. But it's because that puhi, or wahine te pairu, is leading the waiata and is at the front, that she is given the due credit. Kia ora. For the waiata. She gets the album cover either. And this is it, but I think this is even more cool when we're talking about dissing and... What did you talk about just before? Diss tracks. The differences in Te Ao Māori. This is the differences. Is that the tribe, the iwi that track was for, will end up using it. Because e whakamana I a rātou. Tika. It's actually mana enhancing to be talked about. We actually want to be talked about. Tika tai. You want to be sung about. You want haka composed for you. Because koretake people don't get things composed about them. Tika. You know? So I think those are just amazing insights. Any publicity is good publicity. Tika tai. Into te whakaro, te ao te Māori me te whakaro Māori. I'm reminded of the conflict between Tūhoi and Te Arawa. And there was a haka done. Yes. And who uses it now? Was it about te aroha or was it te aroha
Yeah.
towards Tūhoe? And then
Yeah, now Tūhoe use it.
Now Tūhoe use it.
E hia kai atu ana ki rua
Ai.
tāhuna ki kai mokopuna ki te upoko kohua nei o te urewera.
Aye.
You know? So I've never heard anyone in Te Aroha use that.
Kia ora.
I've heard Tūhoe using it.
Aha ko
You know?
nā te aroha no
I
te
hear
te
another
waiata.
episode coming up. on
Aye,
this,
aye.
and
I
you
think
know,
we've just created a...
Ko wana hau i nāne.
Chakina e nei kōrero mō te tai atu.
Yeah. So anyway, back to the hui e
Aye.
whakanganui anoho. So Puhiwahine and Mahuta meet again
Aye.
in their old age, and Mahuta never got an opportunity to reply
Oh, kia ora.
to the love song.
Aye.
And this, e te iwi, is the waiata in reply to Kaeke Ki Wairaka, sung by Mahuta Te Toko. And this is also going to be te waiata o te wiki.
Kia ora.
Wonderful whakarongo mai ki tēnei waiata. Te reka hoki o te waiata. Te kōtiro. Yeah, and koina tana waiata,
Wow.
that's one rendition of it. I've heard it being sung with a whistle
Aye.
at the end, so more of a te kōtiro.
Wow.
And another one is, and I've heard the Tibu family sing it this way, is, and I've got the line here, is when you get to the ooh, te kōtiro, and someone goes, kei whea e ma.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, te kōtiro, kei whea e ma, e hari ana rai ana korua. And then the next verse.
Oh, nera.
Yeah, and there's also a couple of missing verses, but kei te pai, I think, you know, ka rongo te iwi, te wairu o te waiata.
Aye.
And it follows a little bit. It has the air of Kaeke Ki Wairaka.
Tika. Aye.
Very, very clever. And I'm wondering, you know, if, I don't know whether Puhiwahine heard the song before then,
Aye.
or he mea tiaki nā te kaumātua nei, kia tai ki te wā tika,
Aye.
ka whiu e ia kia Puhiwahine kia rongo a Puhiwahine i wana whakaaro.
For you directors and producers out there, I think you've got a great Māori love story here, which never really eventuates, but they meet again at heart and through song.
Tika.
And then you can talk about all the other side stories. Yeah, so...
Yeah, and you know, he says, mei rahi te kiore,
Aye.
ko eke atu, if the rat was big enough, I would jump on the rat.
Ka pai.
Mount the rat to get to you.
To get to you, yeah.
Yeah.
For a long time, actually, I come across this in, I think there's a compilation with a CD and it was this and the haka of Wairangi and that. But this was one of the first I come across. I really took to this waiata. Just because the translation I got at the time was, if I was the size to fit on a rat. But you said it the other way today. And I thought, yeah, actually, that's a better one. Yeah.
Noira, koina te waiata?
Aye.
Hei whakakapu i tēnei wāhanga. I think that's a good ending.
Yeah.
It's not that they lived happily ever after either.
No.
And as most stories aren't really.
Yeah.
That's life. But I think the beautiful thing is that, and I might be being a bit romantic, but I can imagine these two kaumātua
Aye.
on the marae in front of everybody. So they didn't have an intimate moment.
Yes. It was a
with,
public
with one
public
another.
standing, yeah.
It was on the marae.
Wow.
In front of everybody that Mahuta stood up and done this waiata.
What a story.
What a story. And that was Mōteatea.
Ai.
I tēnei whakapāho punua pāho Taringa ki a koutou episode tahirau whititekau 170.
Kia ora.
E te iwi.
E te iwi.
Hoi anō, ko māua tēnei miha tēnei, kōrero whakamuti ngā e hoa.
Kao e hoki koutou ki tēnei whārangi, ngā taonga. Yeah.
Yes, forgot my big ups to ngā taonga.
Big ups ngā
koutou,
taonga.
Ngā taonga.
Yeah.
Big ups.
Big ups.
And one of the manu kōrero, actually it was the year before I went in, kaipapa kōrero was kimihia i ngā Mōteatea. So search within, find within.
Mōteatea. Ai.
Yeah. Kaua ko te kimi patero, engari. Kia kimihia ngā taonga tuku iho, ngā kōrero, ngā whakapapa i ngā Mōteatea.
Ai, tika.
Kupu, all of it.
All of it.
Yeah. Nō rea, koe rā e te iwi, e mihi ana ki a koutou katoa, hei kona mai rā me ngā manaakitanga te wāhi ngaro. Tēnā koutou.
Tēnā koutou.
Bit whakaronga, bit kari. Gather up close, everybody, buddy. Taringa. Yeah, tahuri mai ki o. Whakarongo ki te tangi a te korimako. Kōrero flowing out the hook of force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds. Kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā ko nā whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira. Whakarongo pi kari mai. Hare mai, o Taringa, hare mai. We gotta gather up close, everybody. Gather up close, everybody. Kani move that body. Kani move that body.
Taringa, he mea tuku nā te wānanga o Aotearoa, nā te māngai pāho I tautoko. To listen to more episodes, search for us on your podcast app and subscribe. Taringa, whakarongo mai.